Hey everybody, welcome back to another Tech Biz tutorial. This is going to be our next Dreamweaver video on how to make kind of a decent little navigation menu with some links. We've been learning about hyperlinks, and lately it's just been clicking on the text to take you somewhere. And our examples didn't look really good, but they were just to show you the real basics on how to get this started. And so this one's going to show us a few more tricks. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to create a new page, and I'm going to call this hyperlinks 3 and create. Alright, here we go. And if you've been following along, watching these videos, you know what's going on next, right? We need to go to site and define the site. So new site, and go to my little folder, and I've been putting everything in the same folder to be somewhat organized with these tutorials. I'm trying my best. And I'm going to select the folder that I already created in there for hyperlinks 3, and then I'm just going to click on it once to select it, and then I'll go select folder. Clicked on it. And for the site name, I'll just call this hyperlinks site 3. That'll be fine. Good enough for what we're doing. Alright, so we made our site, and now we need to actually save the page. So let's go File, and I'm going to save as, and I'm going to call this, make sure obviously that it's in your hyperlinks folder up there. It should be. It should automatically take us there. Index.html, and save. And here we are. We're ready to get this thing going. This is going to be cool. I think you're going to like it. So here in the body, alright, this is going to be a real simple one. Now, if you have your page set up like with the div page box, kind of like we've done with some other tutorials, you know, you could put it inside that. You know, this can fit anywhere you want on your HTML page. It's going to work really good. Alright, so we have the body there. Alright, and to start off with, I actually want to go to my insert section here, and I want to find unordered list. Unordered list. The first time I ever saw how to do this, I thought, why am I going to make a nav menu out of an unordered list? That doesn't make any sense to me. But it's actually kind of cool. So UL, okay, and then inside that UL, I then need to add a list item, okay. So I got one list item there, and total, man, I guess I'm going to probably put in 4 list items. So there's 1, there's 2. I'm going to go over here, add a 3rd list item, and then a 4th list item. That should be enough to get us kind of dangerous. Alright, so here we go. For the first thing in here, the first item in our list item is, I will type in home, because that's going to be one for the home page. And then I'm going to have one that says news, and I'm going to have one on here, contact. That would be good. And maybe the last one will be, I don't know, about. We'll go with those 4. If you have something else you have in mind for this, and you want to tweak it to fit your own needs, you go right ahead. All right, and it'll be great. So we have those 4 sections on here. All right, so file, I'm going to save all, making sure that this all works there. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to do a little bit of styling. So my unordered list, alright, I have that selected, and I actually now I'm going to go over to CSS Designer, and what I have to make is a new CSS source. Okay, so I'm going to add a source. Okay, I'm going to create a new CSS file, and I'm going to call this styles. Well, actually, I can just go here to browse, right? And it's in here, it's in my hyperlinks, and here I'm going to call this styles for the file name, and the URL is .css. Alright, so I'll click save and OK. Alright, so we have our styles, and to go to that, it's right here, and it has it right there for us. But here's my, right now I'm just on my actual index.html source code right here. Alright, and so if I click my UL and I go here to my CSS designer, and actually if I go to selectors and I click on this and I just type in UL, okay, then down here I have my properties. Alright, so I'm going to make a few changes to this. One of them is going to be list hyphen style hyphen type. Alright, and then what am I going to put in there? I'm going to say none. Alright, so that's the first thing I want to do. The second thing I want to do with this is I want to put in margin, and margin is going to be 0, and then I will put in 0. Alright, and then after that I want to go padding, and I'm going to type in 0. I think this one up here, it could be either way, you know, because it's 0. Alright, and then I'm going to go overflow, and I want overflow to be hidden, and then I will add one last one for this, background color, and I'm going to go pound 333 and enter. Alright, so let's go to file and save all, and let's see if this is going to, no, that's the wrong link, that's the wrong page, sorry. Hyperlinks 3 index, and I click on here and we have something started. Alright, we have a background there. It's hard to read, it looks kind of crappy right now, right? And that's okay because we still have more styling to do, but I just wanted to check the progress after styling the unordered list. I want to look back one more time. Yeah, and so it did take out the bullets. Alright, good. Okay, so we styled the UL, the unordered list. Alright, the next thing that I'm going to do is I need to style my LIs. Okay, so I'm actually going to go here to selector, and I'm going to add one, and I'm going to click LI. Alright, for the list items, the individual list items. And I'm only going to make one change to this one, and it is going to be add a property. So I will go float, and I'm going to select left. Alright. Alright, then I'll go file, save all, and I'll go back to my little browser. Hey, and now they're all in a single line up here. It's starting to look a little bit better, right? Okay, now the next thing I want to do is I'm actually going to make these as hyperlinks now. Okay, so I'm going to select the word home. Alright, and so with this selected here, with home selected, I'm actually going to do kind of a few things to this, but one of them, the first thing I have to do is I need to go up to window and then go to properties, and I want this to go to the home page. Even though this is on my home page, but this is something I would put on all of my pages. Alright, and so in here where it says link, I'm just going to put in here index.html. All right. So I clicked on that and pressed enter, and I look in here and I have my A tag on there. That worked pretty good. And then another thing I actually want to do is I'm gonna click down here and I'm gonna actually type in a class in here. So I'm gonna go class equals active. All right, before that. And what that's gonna do, I'll explain it when we get to it later. Okay, it'll make a little more sense later. But for right now, we're just gonna type that in there, and it's gonna help us out with the use of our page. Okay, then I'm going to go File, Save All. Alright, now what I want to do is I can select the second one on here. I could go to Window and Properties, and for the link, even though I don't have a page for this right now, I'm just going to put in the link for news.html and press enter. Alright, and then this next one here, I'm going to go to Contact. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to type in contact.html. Alright, and it puts those links in there for us. And then the last one that we have on here is going to take us to about.html. And then enter. I'm sorry. About.html. What's going on, man? Okay, there we go. So we have links for each of those on there, and only one's really going to work right now, the one that takes us to our home page. But that's okay. Alright, so we got those links on there. That worked pretty good. Now I can go back over here to my CSS designer, and I'm going to add another selector. And this is going to be for the A tags that we just made. So I'm actually going to go li space A, so that it's only going to affect these links that are found inside the list items. Alright, and down here for the properties, I'm going to go display, and I'm going to select block. Alright, and then I'm going to add another property underneath that, and this one's going to be color and white. You probably are predicting what this is going to look like now. Text hyphen align center. Alright, and then let's see, we're also going to put in a small amount of padding. So we're going to go padding, and we're going to go 14 pixels. Yeah, we'll try that to start off with. Alright, padding 14 pixels. And then we're going to use text hyphen decoration, and we're going to select none, because we don't want it to look like that kind of hyperlink, you know what I mean? Alright, none. Alright, so I'll go File, Save All. I'm going to go here, I'm going to check this out, and right now it's starting to look a little bit more like a nav menu. Pretty sweet. Alright, so we got that done. Now we can do another thing here. We can actually, we're going to make another selector. Alright, and this one's going to be LIA, and then I'm going to put in a colon, and I'm going to go hover colon not, and then I'm going to put in parentheses, and I'm going to put dot active. Okay, so remember over here where I gave this a class of active, so this over here, I want to give a property to all the tags that are in the A tags that are inside the list items, and then have this hover not dot active. Alright, so then what I want to do after that is I'm going to press enter, That's a crazy one to type. I know that's kind of weird. And then I'm going to use background hyphen color colon and or background hyphen color, and then I'm going to use 111. I need to put a pound sign in front of that. Pound sign 111 for the hex value. Okay, and then so if I go File, Save All, and I look in here and I mouse over these, we should, here we go, I had to click refresh. You can see now where I mouse over News, Contact, and About, it kind of darkens that, right? But then this one on the far left, it doesn't highlight that one. It's because that one is the active, and we said we want this to happen on the ones that are hovered over that are not active. All right. Now, what are we going to do for the active one? Well, we could do something for that one as well. So I will go here and add another selector, and I'm going to go dot active, because that's how you put in the classes in your selector over here. IDs, we use a pound sign usually with CSS, and then with this we use a dot. So active, and I'm going to go property, and I'll go background hyphen color, and then I'm going to go pound sign E1 AD 01. Alright, and then I will go File and Save All. And now I can look in here on my web page, hit refresh, and we got kind of a yellow highlight there. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Okay, so that's home. That's the active one. Okay, so that's the first part that we have to make this page. Pretty awesome, right? Okay, now what I want to do is I'm actually let me kind of think about this here for a second. Alright, so now what I want to do is I'm going to make these other pages that go with the rest of this site. Okay, so I'm going to go File, New, and this is going to be in the same page. Okay, so I'm going to call this one News, and then I'll go to Create. Yeah, News. Okay, and then I'm going to go File, Save As, and this is going to be called news.html. Alright, and then if I go back to these other pages, so then I want one called contact.html. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so then I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to add another new one. Okay, and then this one's going to be called Contact, Create. And then I'll go to File and Save As, and I will call this one contact.html. Alright, and then if I go here to my page again to make sure I have this, and I could go to File, New, and I'll call this one About. As long as the home page one is called index.html, you can really kind of name the other pages whatever you want them to be. Alright, and then I will call this one about.html. Just make sure they're named something easy. Okay, so we have those things on there, and I did just kind of get to be thinking about this. This last one here, I'm actually going to put a little inline style here, just to change it up a little bit. So I have this li here, and I'm going to go style equals quotes, and I'm going to type in float : right. Alright, now what I could do, I could make that its own class or give it its own ID and then define it in my styles, but I'm just going to do it right here in this actual navbar on the HTML. So I'll go File, Save All. Okay, and now let's take a look at our page. And so now we have kind of our main things over here, and then maybe this one, or maybe I should add the Contact Us over there. I don't know. You can play around with that though and kind of see how it works. Okay, now here's kind of a cool thing. So I made this navbar. I'm not super stoked about trying to put this in there. So I'm actually going to copy this from index. Alright, and then if I go into this page and I paste it in there, alright, and then I go in here into the body, do the same thing, right? Paste it in there, and then I go to About, into the body, and I paste it in there. Okay, now I need to make a few changes on these other pages. One of them is this. The class active on the second page, I'm actually going to select that and go Control X to cut it. Okay, and I'm going to paste it on the news one because this one is the news page, and the news page is going to be active. Okay, and so then I can go here to Contact, and I'm going to select the class up here again. Okay, and then I'm going to go down here to Contact and paste it to there. And then if I go to my About page, I will do the same thing again. Select my class equals active, get that out of the index one, and take it down to this LI. Alright, so, or actually I need to put it inside, past the float right, inside the A tag. Alright, and then paste it right there. Okay, so I'm going to go File and Save All. Now if you notice, these pages here look all weird, right? They don't look like they're fitting in the place that they should be. So what I will need to do here is I will need to make this be linked to the same CSS. Okay, so over here where it says sources, I'm on this one here, I'm going to add a source, and I'm going to go attach existing CSS file. Okay, so if I go to Browse, and then I select the styles and go to OK, and then click OK, and then it pastes it in there. See how we did that? So then I'll go here to the next page, Contact, and I'm going to add another new CSS, attach existing CSS file. And then I'll go to Browse, go to Styles, and click OK, and OK again. And then I will go here to my About, add another one, attach existing, and then I'll select that and go to OK, and OK again. Then I can go to File and Save All, because I want to make sure all of these CSSs are saved and all of the HTMLs are saved. And if I go back here to my page and I refresh this, okay, and I'm on the home, I click News. News is active, so that way news is going to be highlighted yellow, and when I mouse over these ones they highlight a little bit. When I go to Contact, right, so we're going to all those different pages. The About is active, so that one's right there, and we have a pretty nice, you know, a little bit cool looking nav bar with all relative hyperlinks on it that allow the user to navigate around the site. We're going to learn more about responsiveness later, but as you can see, this here on a desktop, I mean, it's kind of a pain to go all the way over there, but if we shrink this down, you know, everything still fits on there pretty nicely for that. So I think this is a pretty good nav bar to kind of get you started. You can play around with the different color schemes, make it however you want to fit your needs for this. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and can make some cool interactive nav bars. And you know, don't be afraid to share what you've created in the comments below and all that as well. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.